So what's good, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl Natasha Nisha. On this one, I just feel led to do this one, Narcissism 101, and I hope to be a blessing. So basically, let's start from the top. What are narcissists? So I'll just describe them as people who are experts at getting their needs met in very underhanded, sick, and even illegal ways. These are people who basically haven't learned to meet the very basic human needs, the very basic personal needs that we have. They haven't learned to meet their own needs basically for themselves. They're not skilled in this regard. But okay, fine. Let's start from the top. So you meet these narcissists, no? And at the start of a relationship or whatever it is, usually they will test you, and this is basically to ascertain whether you will you are fit for the relationship. So they prefer people who are naive, people who are not super confident in themselves, people who are people pleasers and that kind of people. So I say there's tons of tests that they will do, to ascertain whether you are fit. Maybe you guys will make some plans together, and then you find that they're constantly changing the plans back and forth, So this is just also another test to see whether you will tolerate this BS from them. And if you're somebody who will walk away and say I don't have time for this, versus somebody who will stay and deal with this. So if you stay, then you are fit basically. The dog's howling. Okay, fine. So another thing to look out for is that they bullies, but it's done most times in a very passive aggressive way. And you'll find that in whatever situations may arise, they fond of rushing you to decide or to act, when you're not even comfortable with whatever it is, but they just put that pressure on you. And then they'll come across as if this is not the case, but that's exactly what it is. Very passively aggressive, done underhanded. So some other red flags to look out for when dealing with a narcissist is their treatment of people who are in the service industry. So basically these are people that we'll call your waiters, wait staff, your security guards, and even your cashiers or shop attendants basically. So they see these people as below them, and they take advantage of the roles, and they have no kindness in their behavior toward these service staff, so that will be a red flag to look out for. Another thing to add is that generally they can be very, very charming, This is usually a superpower, mind you. A superpower strength of the narcissist many a times. And so, as you starting a relationship and getting to know them, you'll open up about yourself. This is my interest, these are my likes. And when the relationship gets to this stage, this is when they mirror you. Now, what is mirroring? Mirroring is when, with the mirror, you go before a mirror, and the mirror will reflect your image back at you. So basically, this is what they do in relationships. So if you say that these are my interests, then they're gonna agree, oh, me as well. If you say these are like strengths, or these are things I don't like. Oh, me as well, kind of a thing, you know. So they mirror you, and this is because they have no opinions of their own. They have no opinions of their own. So they mirror you, and then this gets you to fall in love with yourself, basically, you know, like, and this for them is an easy win to start you on that love cycle of the relationship, to get you to falling in love, basically. It's an easy win if they're gonna mirror you back to yourself, because at the end of the day, you do things that you do because you like them. So if they're gonna show you more of you and what you like, you know, yeah. So there's that. And then another thing with this mirroring, it will have you feel like you just met a soulmate, or you know, a long lost friend. Like you start to value this connection, you know, and yeah, and see them as important, basically. So there's that. And then another one I have here is that they need supply. They need fuel. They need energy. They need this to feed their life. Basically, you find sometimes these people are called um, energy vampires, because they suck the life blood of another human being. You know, they suck it, they drain it for their own purposes, to feed their life, you know, like almost a parasitic relationship here. And in relationship with them, you will be a victim, you know, and many times it's them that choose you, but they they do it in such a sneaky way that you'll think that it's you who approach them, or you know. So let's say there is a situation where you approach them, like the situation that I had, whereby I was seeking out a driving instructor. No? However, here again, they will test you. Please mind, you know, the haters that I always speak of. Yeah, so either way, even from that, they will test you when you're getting in relationship with them. So I had this instructor constantly chopping and changing plans with them, just to see what's your tolerant level, you know, what will you tolerate from them. Okay, so there's that. The fourth point I have here is that, so I see these people are now after supply, no? However, it is hard work, believe it or not, for them. And they would prefer lifetime supply, you know, long-term supply. So um, this is where they'll rush you using sex. They'll rush you to get into like a marriage with them, or even to have kids. So these are usually sped up early in the relationship, you know. They'll trip you up into now just signing on that dotted line before you even realize, you know, what you're dealing with, kind of a thing. So is that. And their aim all in all of this is basically to control you, to control your life, you know. And this is likened to witchcraft. So basically, yeah, they wanna control your life, and they use or they seek help in many areas in this regard, like to controlling your life. And you know, aiming to control, but getting your help anywhere other than the Most High, most times that is witchcraft, that is evil, that is demonic, So with this thing of control, sometimes it can be done indirectly, but this is very important to them. Some other characteristics that you'll find in relationship with these people, there'll be tons of mind games they will play. There'll be tons of disappointments. Also, you'll find that they will lie for the silliest things, whereas the truth would do in the situation if they were just honest, The truth is enough, but no. They would prefer to lie over the silliest thing, and this should be a red flag if you're ever dealing with this. Then also there will be tons of gaslighting in the relationship. Now, what is gaslighting? Gaslighting basically is when they come and try to change your perception of reality. So they'll tell you things like, what you saw, you did not see, or they will say they told you something, but you clearly know that no, they did not tell you that or ask you that, So this is actually to get you crazy, to have you to doubt yourself and your, knowledge of reality in that relationship, but also to keep you confused, that you're in doubting yourself, basically. So there's that to look out for. Then also, these are the people that you'll find, they constantly apologizing, but like apologizing in inverted commas, because they keep doing the same thing over and over. And when you call them out on it, or when you ask them about it, they're sorry, but there's no change in behavior, and over, it's just this very same thing again. And if that's not bad enough, it's worse, because now they just expect you to forgive them each time they say, I'm sorry, and like basically get over it already, is their attitude toward it. I said, I'm sorry, get over it already, and yeah, so there's that. And also another thing is that you will find these people have none of the decency, that common human courtesy, self-respect that starts with respecting yourself, that you can respect others. They have none of this in their behaviors, in just the way they carry out or walk through life, These people hate following rules. They see themselves above rules. Rules are for everybody else, but not for them. Is like kind of how they see it. And even in relationship, relationship comes with like certain rules, like of respect, communication, fidelity, trust, honesty, those things. They don't expect that. From their side, you're not going to get that. They above rules. And these are unspoken rules many times in relationship, but I mean, it's what's expected, You expect to get in a relationship with a mature adult and consenting adult that wants to be part and parcel of a relationship, but this is not the case with them. And then this is also can be in regard to rules in society as well, They just generally rebellious, lawless at heart is something. So another one I have here is like, there's many terms that you can find in this relationship. Like there's the mirroring I spoke of, there's the gaslighting, there's something else that's called flying monkeys. So these are the people that they will use to gang up against you, even to spy on you and to come back, bring the news, your information, your whereabouts, or whatever you got up to, basically. The flying monkeys will do the narcissist's dirty work. So, yeah, just look out for that. And then also, there's also like the discord. The discord is to leave. And you know, like most times at the end of a relationship, it's either you will discord them, that is super painful for them, or they will discord you. Either way, it's super painful, you know. So there's that also. And then this relationship is very cyclical. It has like, it's always up and down, you know. It's kind of, once you know it and understand what you're dealing with, these people's behavior is very predictable. You can predict like what's their next move if you understand the cycles that these relationships go through. Um, yeah, so you won't find a relationship like smooth sailing ever or forever, like for periods. I mean, all relationships have up and down, but here it's like very erratic and like you don't know if you're coming or going. You can't find peace. We never agreeing. It's just generally toxic. This is what you deal with narcissists. So another one I have here is that competition. So these people are always in competition with you. Now, can you imagine yourself being in a relationship with somebody who is in competition with you the whole time, like hidden undercovers? So basically, it plays out that you find you in love, in bed with somebody who hates you, your enemy basically. They treat you as an enemy, you know, and try to do this covertly, underhanded, hide this, but this is what it is basically. So also in relations, you'll find, the competition, as I said, lots of belittling, you know, whether they giving you bad advice or just trying to trip you up to steal your joy, etc. And then also you find that these people are super selfish. Super selfish. Everything revolves around them, you know. Everything must revolve around them. And I've said a lot here. So another thing, another red flag to look, I'm rounding off, another red flag to look out for is that you'll find that they'll constantly call you a best friend while treating you like an enemy. But they'll say, oh, you're my best friend, you're my best friend. All the time saying this to indoctrinate you, you know, that you now start to look at them this way and treat them this way, but they won't give it back to you in turn, you know. And they'll use this also, best friend, you my best friend, is an excuse sometimes to get away with their behaviors, you know, when they called out kind of a thing. They expect you to overlook and forgive because, I mean, we're best friends after all, you know. So there's that also. And then finally, I just had to say that it's sad that we don't speak about this enough in society, most times only when it's too late. And even if you're in a situation like this and you speak up about it, many times you find that the people that you turn to, like, don't know what you're speaking about, like, it doesn't make sense to them. And this is because a lot of us genuine, good people can't even believe that somebody can behave this way, you know. You can't even fathom that people can be like this. So that's a sad part. And then just to know that like these people are the kind that we speak of when we say they use people and love things. These are the people that we speak of when we say they throw the stone, but they hide their hand. These are the people that we usually refer to as wolf in sheep cloth. These are the people. And then finally, that's why I go kind of hard on the healing bit, because if you've done that healing work, then you're able to see the behaviors that they coming back at you with, and you're like, no, I won't tolerate that. behaviors from anyone else, and this gets you out of these relationships versus being stuck in these relationships. You know, from very earlier on, you'll pick up on these red flags. If you've done the healing work and you know that you're worthy, and you know, yeah, so it's super important that we all get healing. And I think I'm going to do a part 2 on this, but I will judge that on your comments, your likes to this video. And this is all for this one, narcissism one-on-one. There's so much to speak of on this topic, but I hope you found some value. And if you're still here, thanks. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.